1025 The Block, Charlotte's new source for hip hop and R&B. And today in our interview series, we got none other than the rap god himself, Reuben Vincent. How you doing today, my guy?
What's good, man? I'm blessed, man. I woke up early, went and did some boxing training this morning. Um, and now I'm here, been handling some back and forth stuff, getting this album ready.
You working today.
Facts, facts.
All right. Well, just like boxing, we're gonna get straight to these knockouts real quick. First
Let's
things
get it.
first. East Side the Don. Yeah, we know about that. Why did you
Ah,
decide to drop that rap name and just go full Kanye West on us?
all right. So when I was 13 or like 13, I was going by that because I thought it was cool. Because Esau is my middle name. So it was Esau the Don, and I had the dollar sign in the S. And I was like, yeah, I'm the Don. I was big on Nas at the time. So, that was just me trying to be on some Don stuff. But then as I started rocking with Ninth, he was like, bro, and it was crazy. He said this because I actually always been thinking that, but I always thought people would say like my name won't. I was like, I don't think it's a good rap name. So he was like, bro, why don't you go by your name Reuben Vincent? It has a ring to it. And I was like, I actually thought of that, but now that you said it, it just gave me the affirmation to, take that leap of faith. And he was like, think about Kanye West, think about Kendrick Lamar. Like, he was like, these are people who use their real names. He was like, you can do the same. So
Going by the government name, I definitely like that. And you just talked about you getting your album ready, and you just dropped your single "Look What You Did" featuring Sony Miles. Talk about the process and the making behind that, and the collaboration with him.
Absolutely. Sonny Miles, man, he's a talented singer, songwriter. He even raps sometimes. From Winston Salem. And he's new talent. He's a new artist as well. I found what happened is I have a collective of people that make beats for me. Knife and the whole Soul Council is 7 of them, and one of them, Cash, what I'm saying, who's also the label president of Jamla. He was like, he had made a beat one night, and I wasn't even at the studio. I was sleeping, but one of my homies heard the beat and was like, yo, this sounds just like Reuben. What I'm saying? This fits Reuben where I was at the time. So I got a call early in the morning the next day from my boy, and he was like, yo, Cash made this crazy beat last night. You gotta go crazy over it. And I'm just like, I get beats sent all the time from them. Like, it depends on how I'm feeling, really. That's how I create. But when I heard the beat, I fell in love with it. And then I talked to Ninth. Ninth was like, he loved the beat as well. And he was like, as soon as he heard it, he was like, this is gonna be something special. So what I did was I just poured my heart out into it and just was being honest as I could, what I'm saying, especially in the second verse, just being transparent about a relationship I have with my father, what I'm saying, in that second verse. But, all of it came around, and I sent the record off to Sonny. He laid the hook, and it was money after that.
Now, you can actually tell that you really put some thought, effort into it because it was very special. Check out the record. It's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Now, speaking of things that are special, you recently were just on tour with Pusha T, right? And
Mhm.
Charlotte show sold out. How was it actually selling out a show in your hometown?
Man, it was beautiful because the first time I got to perform in Charlotte at a venue was with Rap City before COVID. And it was the day before, like, they was like everything is shutting down, so not a lot of people had came out. It was still packed in there, but it's COVID, so some people like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. So I was a little devastated, in all honesty. And being blessed to get on stage with Push, like, Push is one of the rap gods, what I'm saying? Like, he's been in the game for over 20 years, you know what I mean? And just keep leveling up with the albums. And for him to bring me along, it was just a blessing. And to go to Charlotte and people hitting me on the day of, like, yo, I'm trying to get tickets. And I'm telling them, like, yo, it's sold out. And just to go out there and then just see the reaction, it just made me feel good and know that I was doing something right, not just for myself, but for my city and everybody. Because, it's not a lot of us out here that's, at that mainstream level. So to be able to kick through the door and do the art that I do, it's a blessing.
To have your definitely to have your to show love to your city, and your city show you love back, that's got to be special. And because you have your debut album titled Myers Park for the high school you attended here in South Charlotte. And
Yep.
it's actually a cool story, I think, behind it. You named it after you missed your senior prom, like the hugest moment of high school, to go see one of
Yeah.
your hugest idols, Kendrick Lamar. So tell us about that moment and like the process, like senior prom, going to see Kendrick Lamar, and tell us about that moment and how it was.
So I've always been that way, like all through high school, because I grew up originally on the east side of Charlotte, and so freshman year I went to Rocky River, and then I moved to Myers Park, and the Myers Park record. The reason why I named it to add to that story is because when I first got to Myers Park, it was a predominantly white school. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And around the same time, it was a lot of racism going on in today's time, and it still go on every day, but you know, it was just amplified. It was super amplified at the time. So Myers Park, I named it to put awareness on that racism and talk about the police brutality. And I don't even think a lot of people caught that, but when they hear this interview, they're gonna go back and be like, oh snap, I saw what he was doing. But I was putting awareness on the school, like, look what y'all doing to black boys who look like me. But you know, with senior prom, I was always like, I always sacrificed my summers to go to the studio, sacrifice my spring breaks. And Knife had hit me, was like, yo, Kendrick is coming to town. And Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite MCs ever. So, you know, I was like, it's either prom or, you know, go to see Kendrick. And I was like, I'm gonna go see Kendrick. I was like, I get suited
Right.
up when I go to the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? So that's just been my outlook. Ever since then, I was like, I ain't go to prom, but I'm gonna be at the Grammys. That's gonna be my prom. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I view it.
Out the gate, that had to be special seeing your idol, especially Kendrick Lamar. How many people get to meet Kendrick Lamar?
Right. And
Not
he's
me yet.
he's
I'm
super humble dude, real like down to earth. It just showed me more that, you know, this profession I can take, and, you know, being myself, it can take me a long way, because that's exactly what he does.
Hmm. And with a flow similar to Kendrick Lamar and people of Nas and those natures, because like your lyricism and your delivery is like different, obviously, from the rap culture we're in now. The mumble rap is definitely in. So do you face any challenges, like, you know, blowing up, trying to break through that mumble rap culture and people really hearing you? Because it go over some people's head, like you said, like people really don't hear your rhyme and your rap. So do you face any like challenges with that and breaking through?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. There definitely comes challenges with, you know, staying out, stepping away from the crowd. But that's how you break through. You know what I'm saying? Just like the ones you named, the Kendrick Lamars, the Kanye Wests, the Outcasts, you know what I'm saying, the Drakes, you know what I'm saying? Even on that side, like all of them artists stood out of the crowd. At the time that they came in the game, it wasn't a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So it just, you realize, if you look at those names, they are pretty big artists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's challenges that come with it, but I have absolute faith that I'm gonna break through, because I have confidence in the music that I make and the work that I put in. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but like Jay said in the interview, you rather be a Trent or Ralph Lauren. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be Ralph Lauren for real. So
Ooh,
look.
I feel that. Where does that passion come from? And just finding that decision to, you know, really write rhymes, and, you know, coming from a place where it's real. Like, I'm really spit and talk my talk.
the passion, truthfully, I feel like since birth, it's always, you know, been a passion on me. But I say it because if people, and they'll hear it throughout the music as I go on in my career, but the story and the back line I come from, you know what I'm saying? These opportunities don't come to people like me. You know what I'm saying? The house, I grew up in a single mother home. You know what I'm saying? My mother was an immigrant from Liberia who came here at 16 years old and been working constantly till then. You know what I'm saying? Till now. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, just, and my pops, he was an immigrant too. I didn't live with him, but he was an immigrant as well. So, you know, their backstory, and then my grandfather's backstory and my grandmother's backstory and the things they experienced in Africa. Like, I feel like all of that, you know, all of the stuff that they experienced just poured into the passion that I have now to kind of break through. You know what I'm saying? So even I'm super grateful for all the opportunities I get, because like I said, I'm not supposed to be here. You know, the odds are against me, especially not just as those things I said, but just as a black man in general. So, you know, I feel like that's why I'm so passionate about this. And I feel like this, God, this is my calling for real. So, you know,
Yeah, we do know, because the odds are always going to be stacked against people that are doing amazing things with their lives. And that's very clear and obvious for you. So when you're going through these things, what's the piece of advice that you live by in order for you to maneuver through those odds that are stacked up against you?
One thing I've been living by as of now, as of lately, is everything somebody else does to you is not even about you. You know what I'm saying? When people tell you, oh, blase blah, you not this, you not worth it, it's because of the insecurities they have within themselves. They're just projecting.
It's
So when you
projecting
start
that.
realizing that people are projecting their insecurities on you, the things that they don't believe in themselves, when you tell, like, imagine you telling somebody you trying to do something and they don't believe that you can do it. It's because they can't even see themselves doing it. They can't even fathom the fact that you thinking that far ahead. So what I've been living by now is, yeah, you know, people have told me the way I rap is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And people have told me the things I'm doing is not going to work, or I can't accomplish the things I want to accomplish because of what I'm seeing from them. But I've realized that everything other people do to you is not necessarily about you. And I just got to keep remembering that as I keep going. So
Yeah, you there. Your rap and your lyrics, just I can just hear it in the way you speak. Definitely, you put that pen to the paper. But so, what's next for Reuben? What's next? What can we expect to see? What's happening next?
definitely we got a new project on the way called Love is War. No release date yet, but very soon. We got a new single coming in a couple of weeks that we getting fixed right now. More shows, man. I'm ready to perform again. I'm ready to get back on that stage. But you about to see me in a lot of places. I'm trying to, you know, expand not just in music, but expand in other arts. You know what I'm saying? As much as I'm passionate about music, I'm passionate about sneakers, I'm passionate about clothes. I am going to get into acting. So, you know,
Okay,
people, y'all gonna see more of my face, basically. Y'all just gonna see me everywhere.
everywhere, shoe
But first,
game,
y'all gonna get these
acting.
bars.
All
Oh,
right.
get him.
Okay. When
Right.
we see him on them soda cans, I'm gonna be like, he said it
Oh
right
no,
here.
that's
Yes,
facts.
indeed it
As
will.
all that.
Yes. Well, Reuben Vincent, thank you for coming through to the block. We appreciate you. Tell these people where they can find you on your socials and all your musical projects you want to put out there.
Absolutely. My Instagram is Reuben Vincent. That is REUBENVINCENT, and my name is not RUBIN. RUBN is REUBENVINCENT. And then my Twitter is the same thing with an underscore. So it's my TikTok, but yeah, Instagram is Reuben Vincent, just straight. My music, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, everywhere. You know, we got two projects that I put out years ago, Myers Park and Boy Meets World, and we got this new project coming out. Butterfly Doors is out now. Look What You Did is out now. You
All
know,
righty. Y'all go check my man's out. It's Reuben Vincent. Thanks for coming on the block. It's Charlotte's new source for hip hop and R&B, 1025, The Block.
Thank
peace.
you.